Our goal is to win a Super Bowl, but if we only do that, if we just win a Super Bowl, it won't be remembered very long. But if we win and we make a difference in our community, that's what will be remembered. And these guys have done that.
Morning, I'm Justin Snow. Fortunate enough to play 7 years for Coach Dungy while he was here. As you can see, we were around this every day. A great man of God, a great father, and a fantastic coach. And we got to hear this every day. So just as me being a father of 3 now, we learn from the greatest. And it really just, our complete locker room, we'll forever be grateful to Coach Dungy. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Hunter Smith. I got to play also for 7 years with Justin as the deep snapper, and I was the punter for Coach Dungy. One of my favorite stories about Tony actually is from Tampa, and it's from, if I can bring out another book, it's from Quiet Strength. And it's kind of an unlikely story to be my favorite, but he had this assistant coach, his offensive coordinator, that the management wanted to fire. And they came to him and said, Tony, we want you to get rid of this guy. Now, in the NFL, that's just common protocol. People come to you all the time and say, get rid of this guy, and you get rid of him. And Tony's response was, okay, I quit. And they said, no, you don't understand. This is how this happens. He said, no, we're done. And finally, long story short, this coach goes to Coach Dungy and says, hey, listen, let me resign, please. Don't take the fall for this, you and your whole staff. And Coach Dungy let him, and I love that in the book, it's kind of crazy, it shows his resolve. He says, that's one of the single biggest regrets I have in my whole coaching career is letting him resign. And my first thought was, if you go back to coaching, I want to work for you. But the next thing is, as a young man, I was so full of pride and insecurity, and I was so quick to shift the blame. And I just, when I look back, I cringe at moments that I had playing for him and things I talked to him about. But I just want to thank you so much for showing me and for all these people and all the people who played for you and coached for you the beauty of humility, because it really is a beautiful thing. Thank you.
My name is Dylan Gandy. I got drafted by the Colts in 2005, and I got to play for Coach Dungy for 3 years. And, Darren asked us to think about just one thing that we wanted to say about Coach Dungy, and then I was like, well, I can't think of one thing I want to say about Coach Dungy. And even though it was just for 3 years that I got to play for you, the level, everybody asks about certain things from when they find out I played for the Colts. What was Peyton like, and what was Coach Dungy like? What I always say about Coach Dungy is when you hear, and you are a celebrity, whether you want that or not, but when you hear about celebrities, they're never as good or as bad as what you hear. And what I always say is Coach Dungy is better than what you hear. I mean, the level of authenticity that you show on a daily basis when things were going great or things were going terrible is something that has just stuck with me in a deep way. And you're authentic as a man, you're authentic as a believer, as a coach, as a husband and a father. And those are things that I try to model myself after. And I'm just truly blessed to have got to spend those 3 years for you. Another quick thing is, I got my first experience in the NFL was playing for this guy and with these guys. And everybody would always say, you rookies don't understand how good you have it. You really don't understand what it's like. The guys that were here before Coach Dungy would say that. And since then, I've been on several teams. I just finished my 5th year in Detroit, and I did not know how good I had it. they were right. There's no doubt about that. But you always treated us as men, and that's something that you believe in. And when you treat people like men, they act like men, and I thank you for that. And the last thing I'll leave with is a little bit just a reflection of myself. But when I got cut from the Colts and I went to go talk to Coach Dungy, I broke down and I couldn't say what I wanted to him. And it wasn't because I had just lost my job or anything like that, but it was because I wasn't going to get to spend the time with you. And just I just came overwhelmed with gratitude for the years that I did get to spend with you. So thank you for that.